Hi friends, welcome back to our Control System Simplified series. Today we shall discuss the Nyquist criteria, the gist of Nyquist criteria. We will not be drawing the Nyquist plot as such, but let's understand what is the theory behind the concept behind the Nyquist criteria. Nyquist criteria or Nyquist stability criterion is a graphical method which is utilized for finding the stability of a closed loop control system. That is the one with feedback. This criterion serves as a crucial way for design and analysis purpose of the system with feedback loop. The principle of Nyquist criterion was independently proposed by German origin Felix Strecker in the year 1930 when he was working at Siemens. But actually the graphical method for the determination of stability was given by Swedish-American engineer Harry Nyquist at Bell Laboratories in 1932. That's how we got the Nyquist path first and then Nyquist plot. Now, the stability theory by Nyquist is the basis of analysis and design of control system for the frequency domain approach. It is regarded as a graphical procedure to illustrate the stability of the system. Nyquist stability criterion is a general stability test that checks for the stability of linear time invariant systems. However, it's not applicable to nonlinear systems. Suppose, let's say f of s is a single valued mapping function, which is given as f of s is equal to 1 plus g of s into h of s, right? So f of s is nothing but we can say that it's the total output when the feedback is also taken into consideration. So g of s into h of s is the open loop transfer function, and 1 plus g of s into h of s is poles of g of s h of s, that is equal to open loop poles. So zeros of 1 plus g of s h of s is equal to closed loop poles of the system. Now for a system to be stable, all the zeros of 1 plus g of s h of s must exist on the left side of the S-plane. We have seen it already. Okay, none should be present on the right side. The stability of the system is analyzed by knowing the location of zeros of 1 plus GSHS in the S-plane. This is exactly what we have been seeing so far. Okay, there should not be any zero on the right side of the axis, S-plane. However, the stability of the system is analyzed by knowing the location of zeros of 1 plus GSHS in the S-plane. That is exactly what we know. So then Nyquist suggested that despite analyzing the exact location of the zeros, if we examine the existence of even a single zero on the right half of the S-plane, then it will make the system unstable. So according to Nyquist, the functional region of analysis for stability is the right-hand side of the S-plane. Therefore, Nyquist suggested that in spite of an arbitrary path tau of s in S-plane, a path tau of s must be selected that encircle the whole right half of the S-plane. So we have to see to what extent the whole right half of the S-plane is taken as r tends to infinity, where r is the radius of the right half of the S-plane, entire thing. So the path must be such that it must begin from s is equal to j infinity and continued till s is equal to minus infinity, and then come back to s is equal to plus infinity. Or some authors suggest that it starts from 0 minus up to this on the imaginary axis. Then it is covering the right half side. Then it is again coming the positive imaginary axis. So this should be a semicircle of radius infinity. So this semicircular path is called the Nyquist path. That is exactly what we understand. So basically, to find the number of closed loop poles on the right half of S-plane, the overall right half must be mapped into another complex plane in which the use of mapping function f of s is equal to 1 plus g of s into h of s. So n must be determined, which is the number of encirclements of mapping around its region. So finally we get, if P denotes the number of poles of 1 plus g of s into h of s located in the right half of the S-plane, then the number of zeros lying on the right half of S-plane will be z is equal to n plus p, where n is the encirclements, so and p is the number of poles. So to have absolute stability, there must be no zeros of 1 plus g of s into h of s on the right half. This means for a stable system, z must be 0. So if z should be 0, then n is equals minus p. And this is exactly what is the Nyquist stability criteria. So poles always, number of poles should always be on negative side. So that will always be on the left-hand side. So that is exactly is the Nyquist stability criteria. So that's all what we understand as far as Nyquist stability criterion as such is concerned. But writing the Nyquist contours, Nyquist path, mapping it from S-plane to G of S, H of S plane, and that we will see later. Thank you.